Have you ever just sat down and thought to yourself, like, I really miss Jamaica? And I don't just mean the big obvious things, I mean the little things too. Because the longer you're away, the more you realize how much you miss. So I asked a few other Jamaicans what they miss about Jamaica, and this is what they came up with. So the first thing most people say is, and it's like they all had the same script. They all said this as their first answer, the food. Like, and when I say the food, I mean like, you know how you'd go to the market and you get your fresh yam, fresh banana, fresh ground provisions. Like most of them said that they miss the ground provision. Even though you can still get yam and banana and stuff like that in foreign countries, something about it, it's like a give or take. It's like you're buying a puss in a bag, to be honest, especially when you're buying yam. Because I know that when I go to the Caribbean store to buy yam, it's like a give or take, and it's so expensive. I think it's like $6.99 a pound for yellow yam, or even more, maybe depending on the time of the year. And when you go to buy yellow yam or any type of ground provision, it's like you have your fingers crossed, because you're like, I don't know what this is gonna be when I get home. But at least when you're in Jamaica, you get, I mean, it's still a give or take, but you know for sure that more than likely you'll get a better quality for your money, because you're getting it straight from the ground to the farmer to the customer. But then when it's shipping all the way to different countries, you know, it takes a while for the yam and whatever else to get to the different country, you know. So it's nicer to get your fresh ground produces back home, and it's nice and fresh that way. We also have to talk about like fresh herbs and medicine, like bisi and sirosi and those type of things. Like, of course, we get sirosi tea bag and bisi tea bag, and they try to make those stuff into tea bags and whatever, but there's just something about when you go outside and draw for a sirosi vine and then you make it dry and then you boil it, like it tastes different. Like, I tried sirosi tea bag and I tried bisi tea bag and I tried other type of tea bags from Jamaica, and I mean, like, it still tastes like it, but it's not like, it's just not like that strong. Like, it doesn't hit you, you know what I mean? So like, we have to talk about our fresh herbs, you know, with strong back. We have to talk about, like, the other day I had a boil on my forehead and I was like, damn, I really wish I had a pepper leaf. I could burn the pepper leaf and put it on the boil so that it can hurry up and like burst, you know what I mean? But like, I couldn't get that. So like, I had to just let it stay in pain and just wait it out until it's ready to pop by itself, you know what I mean? So like, we can't leave out our little fresh herbs, you know what I mean? Like, it just hits different. When it comes to food, we have to talk about liquor too, because a lot of liquor you cannot find in Canada or other foreign countries. Like, for me personally, I love Magnum tonic wine. Like, that's my little go-to drink, but I can't seem to find it in Canada. Every time somebody's coming from Jamaica, I always be like, yo, bring some Magnum for me, because you can't really find it. And even if you find it in a little corner store somewhere hidden in the back, they're selling it for like $25 Canadian, and that's ridiculous, because I know Magnum doesn't cost that much in Jamaica. And most people said the type of food that they miss is like street food, because you know, in Jamaica, when you go on the road, basically every little corner there's somebody with a jerk pan, jerking chicken, jerk pork, or some goat soup, or some type of food is cooking at every little corner you can go. You can get street food. But like, when you're in foreign countries, especially Canada, where it's so cold, you don't really find that all year round. It's kind of, you know, making you miss home a little bit more. Like, oh, you know, I miss Jamaica, because you can just go down the road and get some jerk chicken and it tastes authentic. It's not like the type of jerk chicken that we have here in Canada. Like, in Jamaica, it's more authentic. It tastes all the flavors, the scotch bonnet pepper. It just tastes way better, you know what I mean? So like, stuff like that. Another person say they miss Jamaican KFC. To be honest, like, I am not a KFC fan, but everybody always say Jamaican KFC is the best KFC, which I don't remember if I had. It's been a while since I had Jamaica KFC. So whenever I go back to Jamaica, definitely I go try the KFC to make sure that I understand what everybody else is saying. The second thing that a lot of Jamaicans said that they miss about Jamaica is just that sense of belonging. Just to know that you were born in this country, you're a part of the culture, this is you, you know, you're Jamaican. You can be as Jamaican as you can when you're in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And also, like, most of your family members are in Jamaica. You know, you're maybe friends from high school that you used to hang out with, or friends from your community that you used to live in back home. And it just gives you that joy to be around people that you know and you trust, and you know, just that sense of belonging, as I mentioned before, and it just makes you feel at home. Yeah. The next thing on the list is tropical weather and outdoor freedom. There's just something about when you step out your house and go to your backyard and you can pick a fruit. It feels real good. You know what I mean? And in Jamaica, because you have that tropical weather, you can plant whenever you want. Unlike for us in Canada, we only have a very short window to have a garden or a little backyard farm if we want to, right? But in Jamaica, it's all year round. You can plant whenever you want to plant and reap whenever you want to reap. You know what I mean? So it just gives you that freedom when you can have your little farming done. You know, instead of spending that little extra money to go buy an onion in the market, you can just pick your little onion from your backyard. You know what I mean? With the tropical weather too, you can basically wear what you want to wear. Like when we're in Canada, because I have to talk about Canada because I live in Canada, but I know other people would live in other foreign countries, right? But like for us in Canada, we always have to be aware of what we put on, right? We have to wear a long sleeve most of the time. But in Jamaica, you can just wear your spaghetti strap. You can wear your little short shorts. A lot of guys, they don't even wear shirt. You see them walking up and down on the road shirtless. They just have on a little shorts and then gone. Girls, they wear tank top, sleeveless, basically half naked, basically. So like in terms of that, like you can feel free to wear whatever you want to wear whenever you want to wear. It doesn't matter what month it is, you can wear what you want to wear. I really miss that because like I have a lot of clothes that I am like, oh yeah, this is summer clothes, oh yeah, this is summer clothes, oh yeah, this is summer clothes. So I have to wait until summer before I can wear those clothes. But if I was in Jamaica, I could just wear them anytime I want, you know? So I miss that little freedom of wearing whatever I want to wear. You know what I mean? Because the weather is hot, and when it gets hot, it's really hot, but you still enjoy the little sunshine, you know? Another thing that we miss about Jamaica is like the freedom. And when I say the freedom, I mean like Jamaica, when you live in Jamaica, you have a better work-life balance because majority of the people, they have a 9 to 5. Most people in Jamaica, they just have one jobs. But if you look at other foreign countries like even Canada, the culture is you leave your 9 to 5 and then you go to a 6 to 11 or a 6 to 12 job, you know? So the culture is most people have 2 jobs, but in Jamaica, most people have one job. So when you leave your one job, you have the rest of the evening to do whatever you want to do. So there's more enjoyment, you know, more time for enjoyment. But then for us that who are living in the foreign country, then we have to do 2, 3 jobs. Then that leaves us no time to really enjoy. So we don't really have a good work-life balance. A lot of people said, you know, in the early stage when you just go to a foreign country, things are not always perfect when you go. So you have to wait a few years or a few months before you get sorted out through immigration, you know? So you don't really have that sense of freedom to do whatever you want to do in that foreign country. So most people would say, yeah, in that moment, I miss Jamaica because if I wanted to start a business, I could just start a business because I'm in my home country. I don't have to think about immigration, you know? But like when you have to wait through that immigration process, then it can make you feel like you're not free. So a lot of people would say they miss that in that waiting period. Because to be honest, a lot of people wait 6 years, 7 years, 8 years before them even get free up. You know what I mean? So like within that 8 years, of course, you're going to be missing your home country and say like, yo, if I was in Jamaica, I wouldn't have to worry about this. I could just try to find a job or try to start a business or be free to go wherever I want to go without looking over my shoulder, stuff like that, you know. Last but not least, what we miss about Jamaica is just being in Jamaica where you can express yourself the way how you want to express yourself. When you're in a foreign country, you have to speak the language of the country that you live in. before I came to Canada, I used to live in Panama, and Panama is a Spanish speaking country. They only speak Spanish, and me going there with my, not even English, me going there with my patois, nobody could understand what I'm saying. So I moved to a foreign country that speaks a different language. I had to now adapt to learning Spanish. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to learn Spanish. If I was back home, then I wouldn't have to think about, oh, speaking Spanish or whatever. I would just be talking patois. And also in Canada, I have to speak English or French, but I don't know no French, so I have to speak English, because if I go to work and I start speaking patois, nobody will understand what I'm trying to say. Of course, you have the Jamaicans at work who really want to be Jamaicans, and they try their best to learn the language and the culture, but you know, they're not Jamaicans, they're from different country. But if I go to work, nobody will understand what I'm saying to them, you know. So like it hits different when you are around your own people in Jamaica, and then you can just speak patois anyhow, and then everybody will just understand what you're trying to say. You don't have to like speak spoke, you can just lego the patois upon them, you see it. You can say yeah man, rups, and then you know any Jamaican would understand what you're trying to say. Is it? Yeah. Everybody that I asked said they miss the nightlife in Jamaica, like party, the music. Some people even say that they miss the noise. They miss how loud everything is. Like you're in your house and 3 different neighbors are playing different music, and you're trying to listen like, okay, which one of these music I'm gonna listen today? Sound string up here, so sound string up this, so sound string up back this, so, and you're trying to figure out, okay, which one of these sounds am I gonna listen to now? So a lot of people say they even miss the noise, you know, the music. Like there's always something happening outside, the nightlife. Some people say they miss the nightlife. They can go to the party whenever. You're not really like trapped into like a club per se. They have outdoor events, not necessarily you go into the club indoors. Like the party is outdoor in a parking lot type of thing, you know. A lot of people say they miss that too, and I miss that too, because I remember when I was younger and I would go to the carnival and we are bacchanal. That was really fun, but I don't really have that type of time and energy to do that during the summertime, because you know we have Carabana in Canada. I've never been to Carabana, you know, and I've been here for 7 years, never been to Carabana. But you know, that's just not my crowd. But if I was in Jamaica and carnival are gone, of course me dead upon my eyelash, you see it. So those are some of the things that most Jamaicans said that they miss about Jamaica. Some of them I can relate with, as a Jamaican myself. But if I miss anything, leave it in the comment section. Let me know if I miss anything. And if you know somebody who would find this video entertaining or valuable, go ahead and share this video. Share this video to them. Please remember to like. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And leave a comment. Tell me what I want. You see it. And I'll catch you guys back in the next video. All right? Big up on yourself. Bye.